Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently possibly making a mistake in building altogether too many shipyards. I think there's almost certainly no doubt about that. Or specifically, altogether too many naval bases. Now, I've moved all of our auto-queued stuff up, so that's being worked on right now. I'm noticing that we're negative in our bureaucracy. I'm not sure how real that is. Sometimes those things change when we advance time. If that is real, we should certainly expand our government administrations in Texas. And I'm going to queue up 5 there, just to be safe. However, I did just notice when I looked at Mexico, because I looked over here and I was like, hang on a moment, Communist Austria, that's different. And then I was like, I wonder, look at this. Only Great Britain, in terms of great powers, would be potentially interested in a Yucatan diplomatic play. Now, specifically, we would want this diplomatic play. That's interesting. Hypothetically, if we start with Yucatan and then add in the others, does that, because this is about the interest areas, right? Does that add them to the play? I'm guessing it does. But this feels like the kind of thing that we should find out. So I'm going to mobilize this guy and send him on over to the Guerrero, Mexico front. And then we'll mobilize Ulysses Grant as well and send him to the New York, Mexico front. I don't know why it's called the New York, Mexico front. New York has nothing to do with it, but whatever. Okay, so the idea then is Honduras abandoned Mexico. Okay, we're keeping an eye on this. The idea here is that we're going to add war goals. They're fearful right now. They're probably just going to give us Yucatan, aren't they? If that's the case, then we shouldn't bother escalating, if they're just going to back down. However, I want to know. So we add that war goal. They're not in it? Okay. In which case, we can add a bunch of war goals here. So, ideally, we'd want to full annex them. Can we do that? I don't know that we can quite full annex them. No, we can't. But we can get all but one state here. Okay, all but 2. We don't have the maneuvers to get anything else. But that's fine. So that all gets added, right? And now suddenly, none of these guys are interested. I think that Mexico is probably going to back down here. Prussia declared rivalry, noted. I'm guessing that Mexico is going to back down. In which case, this was a waste of our infamy. We're currently a pariah, and we'll need to deal with that. We'll need to chill for a while. But let's see what they think. Are they going to just back down and give us Yucatan? Maybe. But we definitely chill after this. There's no doubt about that. So we're continuing to construct here. We're building our government administrations. This should help our bureaucracy. Oil's been discovered in Colorado. I'm pretty sure we already have oil rigs in Colorado, correct? Correct. So that's fine. Nobody's taking Mexico's side, as expected, and we're going to take the migration attraction, absolutely. Cool. So all of these shipyards are being built, right? That's definitely a thing that's happening. And then we're going to get these naval bases built. But I'm going to start moving up the priority of the naval bases. They do build very quickly. Indeed. We're in the countdown to war. So I guess we'll see. It looks like Mexico's going to let us do this. That's good. So we're going to need to chill, right? We have a lot of infamy built up. We absolutely need to chill now. And we're going to have no real problem with this war. Nobody decided to join against us. Zeppelins have been unlocked. Okay, sure. So the third Mexican-American War has now broken out. Oil has been discovered in Nebraska. I'm pretty sure we already have oil rigs there. Ah, there's a native uprising that was launched against us as well. Okay, so that's up over here. That's not going to be a problem. I'm going to send Braxton Sprigg over to deal with that. That's the New York-Idaho front. Yeah, go ahead and go over there. Cool. We apparently have nobody over here right now. Ulysses Grant, why don't you come on over to the Mexico front? There you go. Cool. So we should have no problem with this native uprising either. That won't take very long. Cool. So we're barely positive financially, but we are positive. So that's a good sign. There's a bunch of fronts open over here right now. Oil has been discovered in Ohio. That's interesting. Do we have an oil rig there? No, we don't. So I'm going to queue one up, but that's at the bottom of the priority list. So we're going to start dipping negative financially. This is fully expected. A diplomatic tour, huh? 10% influence? I feel like we don't need more influence. In fact, we definitely don't. So it seems to be okay. We're going to have absolutely no problem against this native uprising, which is still escalating. They want to conquer Idaho. Hilarious. So I don't think anybody's going to get involved in this, right? Actually, Russia is leaning towards the native uprising right now. Well, we'll see. We'll see if they actually join. If they do, we'll have to get some more troops ready to go. Our war against Mexico is going well. We are already winning this war very handily. So the war against Mexico will be over pretty soon. The real question is, will Russia join this? We're not that scared of Russia. We're scared of all of the other great powers combined, but no individual great power are we very scared of. Okay. Oregon declared neutrality. Dynam declared neutrality. It's looking like Russia is not actually going to join this. Our war against Mexico is going absolutely fine. We're having no problems here. And this war is going to break out very shortly. Cool. So nobody joined them. It's already over. It's already tremendously over. Fantastic. Once we're done up there, Braxton Sprigg is probably going to head down over here. Where's Patrick at? We didn't mobilize him? Okay, noted. Cool. Large numbers of Polish people are migrating to Indiana. We like it. So this war is tremendously over, right? It's giga over. So that's absolutely fine. Our war with Mexico is nearly over as well. That's going very well. We do need to deal with this infamy problem. It's going down by about 5 per year. That's going to be a while before that really goes down. Oil discovered in Saskatchewan. Do we already have oil produced there? Let's see here. Oil rigs, Ohio. We should have one in Saskatchewan then. Yes, we do. Fantastic. Okay, so, yep, the oil rush is fine. This war is already over, and we should have... Yeah, Braxton is down over here now, so that's looking good. Mexico is over. They don't have anything else in this war. It's done. Oil has been discovered in California. We definitely already have an oil rig there. There's also a gold rush in California. Okay, cool. But yes, we definitely have an oil rig there, and no more gold mines are available. Mexico capitulates. Fantastic. So there's only the 2 states of Mexico left. Perfect. At this point, we need to go through and make sure that... I want to sort by numbers here. We need to make sure that we have level 1 of all of these. And we'll do the same over here in Yucatan. Those are good. Idaho needs a level 1. Banana plantations in Mexican territories that we just took over. coffee plantations in those same Mexican territories. Fantastic. Dye plantations need to be built. Sugar plantations. And tobacco plantations are good to go. Okay, let's go through our resources. Gold mines are top priority. We're going to max those out right now. Iron mines, I just want to level 1 in each of these locations for auto-expand purposes. Same with lead mines. Oil rigs are good. Sulfur mines are good. Logging camps need a couple of locations. There we go. No rubber plantations to be built, sadly. And we'll build that fishing wharf, and the whaling station looks good. Cool. So we're going to need to start incorporating some of these states, right? And we'll definitely work on that. We're negative on our bureaucracy again. No shockers there. We're going to expand our government administration in Texas as top priority by another 5. Cool. Okay. So we need to check in for railways. Anywhere that doesn't have a level 1 railway needs to get it. There we go. And of course, we need to make sure that everything's on steel frame buildings, and we'll go through and get all of these set up correctly. So textile mills, we're staying on craftsman sewing. I wish we could go down to elastics. We just have no source of rubber right now. Or do we now? No, we don't. Okay, so furniture manufactories will be fine. There we go. Glassworks down to crystal glass, publicly traded. Tooling workshops are on steel tools, rotary valve engine, publicly traded. Paper mills are on paper bleaching, rotary valve engine, and publicly traded. Actually, we're going to be annexing this shortly. We should wait for that. So let's just get that ticked forward. Excellent. Now we're very negative financially right now. That's noted. Oil discovered in Louisiana. I'm assuming that we already have an oil rig there. Yes. Yes, we do. Cool. But we'll take the migration attraction. Excellent. So the gold mines are going to be finishing up soon. The shipyards are actually nearly all done. That looks good. And we're starting to work on those naval bases. So we're going to be negative financially for a while. Swedish people are migrating to Pennsylvania. I like it. Unrealistic expectations. Sure, +2 standard of living. Excellent. So 9 weeks on those government administrations and gold mines. That's all fine. I would very much like for our DC government administrations to get employees, but DC is just not getting very much for migration at this moment. In fact, people are migrating out of it. Population is currently dropping. Well, actually, people are migrating into it now. Okay, I guess that's kind of migrating around. Okay, so there's Idaho fully under our control. Now, we need to check again to make sure that there isn't anything that needed to be built in Idaho. There shouldn't be here anyway. Okay, let's check in our resources. Yep, that all looks good. Idaho should already be an incorporated state. And indeed it is. Now let's go ahead and check for railways. Okay, that's all good. Nothing needing to be done in Idaho. I like it. Cool. So what are we short on right now? Tools. Glass. We've got some market access issues as well. Gold depleted in Alaska. We should definitely work on these market access issues. The one in DC is not an actual problem. I'm going to queue up 2 railways in Massachusetts. What is going on in Massachusetts? Okay, we just need a bunch there. Sure. That must be where we built our shipyards. Yeah, that would do it. Okay, cool. So we're just going to chill for a little bit here now. We need to let our infamy drop. Gold has been discovered in North Island. That's not our territory. Okay. Colonization of Saskatchewan has been completed. So can we turn that into an incorporated state? Yes, we can. And did that need a railway? No, it did not. It should already have all of this stuff, but I'm just going to double check that real quick. Yep, that all looks good. As far as resources, that all looks good too. Okay. So we're very negative in terms of our bureaucracy right now. Texas just finished up government administration, so I'm hoping that'll be enough. Let's see. We're very negative financially. That's mostly because we're working on these naval bases, and so our investment pool is not being removed from. Irish people are moving to California. I'm okay with this. And what? Will you open? Thank you. Czech people are moving to Venetia. Okay, that's not relevant to us. So that's all looking good. These naval bases will finish quickly. We're going to need them to finish fairly quickly. But they definitely will. There's a lot of them queued up. Perhaps too many. And we're also going to queue up barracks. There we go. And additional naval bases, but I'm going to wait on those. I'm definitely going to wait on those. So ironclads are currently expensive. We're not shocked about this at all. So we're going to need to build additional shipyards. And I'm going to just sort by peasants here. New York. I would actually prefer to build it in, like, California, I think. We're going to take that up to, I guess, 60. And let's go ahead and make sure that we're getting additional government administrations here. But I want those... Actually, I queued those up incorrectly. Let's get this fixed here. I queued up one too many here. These are meant to be at the top of the queue. And I'm actually going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shipyards in California. But we are going to move these shipyards in California up to the top. Just until we're positive again. There we go. Something like that. Cool. So we're going to get those done. And I just want to keep building up our credit for the moment. We're removing from the investment pool at this moment, which is exactly what we want. The Colorado pipeline. Yes. Consider that done. Fantastic. So our GDP is expected to take a little bit of a leveling off here. Oil has been discovered in Saskatchewan. That looks fine. No problem there. Yeah, I'm definitely expecting this to level off in terms of GDP a little bit. Ironclads are expensive. We're working on it. Market access in a couple of these locations is not necessarily ideal, and we are going to have to continue to work on that. So market access over here needs to be brought up, and over here needs to be brought up as well. I believe we're probably going to need more in Massachusetts, but I believe that we need to move some of this around. Yes. So these government administrations and railways need to be made a higher priority. There we go. Cool. So that's all underway. We're making money right now. We have insufficient taxation capacity in Ohio, which actually means that we need a government administration there. Sure, we'll go ahead and take that. That'll be fine. Oil rush subsidies. Yep, no frontier lasts forever, Louisiana. Cool. So we're definitely entering a chill period here, right? We need to let our infamy continue to drop. 5 per year. So within the next year, we'll be down below 100 infamy. That's good. We're going to need to go after Oregon again eventually. Eventually. Not quite yet, though. Are we out of our investment pool? We're getting close. We're getting close. What happened here? Ah, Austria's back. Hi, Austria. Cool. So that's fine for the moment. Definitely interesting that you can manipulate what state your initial war is on like that, though. That's good to know. That's definitely good to know. We're going to be finishing up our railroads here soon. Hand-cranked machine guns have been unlocked. Cool. That leads to the automatic machine gun technology, but we're not there yet. Gold depleted in Western Australia. We don't care. That's completely and totally fine. And we're quite positive financially right now. That will change. That will definitely change. So eventually all of this is going to get done, right? Eventually. That's like 120 weeks out. We're going to have some awkwardness in our GDP. Italy just rivaled us. Really, Italy? Pathetic. Okay. Absolutely pathetic. Not concerning at all. I'm going to go down to the bottom page here. I want to move these barracks up. So we're going to get these barracks built, as well as these railways and anything that got auto-queued at some point. Let's get those those aren't necessarily auto-queues. Let's get all of that built, or rather brought up to the top. That will be actual GDP contributions, as opposed to what we were working on previously, which is not going to contribute very much to the GDP at this moment. So for now, that seems fine. We are negative in our finances. This is to be expected. Completely and totally. The economy is in a reasonably healthy state, though. I'm not concerned about that. I do want to get all of this construction done as soon as we can. And that'll be ready to auto-expand. 114 weeks on this queue. Okay. It'll actually be a little bit longer than that because I am actually going to queue up all of these at the bottom of the queue. This is, again, probably a terrible idea. But once we get it done, it's done. And we won't have to worry about Britain's navy anymore. That's the goal. So we've got an election coming up in 6 months. That's fine. We're going to finish up a lot of these constructions in a week. So that's looking very good. 115 weeks? So that added like 1 week queuing all of that up? That doesn't seem quite right. But whatever. I'm okay with that. We're going to work through these barracks down over this way. Getting our troops, our infantry troops, are the higher priority at this moment. I do want to check our politics, or rather our budget here. We're not planning to go to war for a while. So we can drop our military wages. I'm going to drop our government wages as well, I think. Just to keep us positive financially so that we're not building up a huge amount of credit. That's going to be the idea. And we're going to go back negative eventually. That's very clear. But that's okay. For the moment, this seems reasonably fine. Our GDP is going to be awkward as we finish up these and start to work on some of this stuff, right? Like, this is not all that much in terms of GDP. This is power projection. And it's probably a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Fantastic. So our oil rig in Ohio just finished up. We've got railways finishing up in 14 weeks. I do want to see how our market access is doing. We need to continue to work on that. And that all looks reasonably fine. Let's see. We're working down over here already. Massachusetts is going to require more. I'm going to queue up 2 railways here. There we go. And what else do we have going on for market access? This is just these locations. Okay. They are going to be finishing up railways soon enough. We'll see how much that ends up fixing them. Our GDP is currently declining a little bit. I expect this. I fully expect this. I'm going to move up some of these naval bases at this moment to keep our demand for shipyards high. We definitely don't want this price to get too low. That said, getting these shipyards done will be fairly important. Let's see. These are all naval bases here. We're almost done with our shipyards in California, aren't we? Yes, we are. Beautiful. So we're going to have that finished in 17 weeks. I like it. That's completely fine. So we're going to be going negative in our finances here. I can guarantee you that. Our GDP is going to, at best, hold steady for a little bit. But that's to be expected. We're working on these shipyards, and our GDP will likely still increase with the shipyards, although not ideally. It won't go up nearly as much as we would like. But these naval bases are going to get finished up over time. Slowly. We've got 95 weeks on this construction queue. Once that's done, we'll be back to economy growth. So I think it's okay. Railways just finished up. Let's see if that helps our market access. And Ohio and California both need more taxation capacity. So we're going to continue to build government administrations in those locations for now. Looks good. Tools, glass, explosives are all currently expensive. That's expected. And market access in Massachusetts is the only one low right now. So those railways will be finishing up in 9 weeks. That looks good. Fantastic. Our shipyards are also going to be done in 9 weeks. The Working Men's Party won with 76% of the vote. We're still completely a righteous government at 100%. So I'm not concerned about that. Our infamy is down to notorious now, so that's good. It's continuing to drop, but that's going to take a while. The question is, how much are we going to care about our infamy being down? That's an interesting question, for sure. We definitely want to make sure that we are maxed out on our military for right now. I want to see how much that's going to put us negative. It is going to put us negative. We're already negative. So something along the lines of this, of course. Shrapnel artillery and skirmish artillery. There we go. Let's see here. This is probably not what we end up wanting. But we'll try it. And torpedo boats? Sure. As far as our ports go, we're going to sit on industrial ports. Okay. And we need to subsidize and auto-expand here. Beautiful. This needs to be auto-expanded. Did we not go through the rural areas? Did we only go through the urban? Urban centers need to be at covered markets, electric streetlights, and public trams. There we go. Government administrations should be on standardized filing system. Cool. Otherwise, we definitely want to come in over here and get all this done. Fertilizers, publicly traded. Yep, electric fences, publicly traded. Auto-expanded, auto-expanded. Looks good. Oh yeah, gold mines. That'll do it. Dye plantations should be on automatic irrigation. Rail transportation, publicly traded. Same with tobacco. Cool. Same with sugar. Same with banana. There we go. And logging camps. Electric sawmills, hardwood production, steam donkeys, rail transportation, and publicly traded. Rubber plantations should auto-expand if we could, but they can't. And there we go. Whaling stations and oil rigs. Cool. There we go. Got that all done. So we're at minus 180k. We're going to go ahead and turn down our military here to save some money. I just wanted to see what that would end up looking like. Railways should be on government run, I think. Technically, privately owned would be slightly better. Okay. So that'll be fine. We are slightly negative financially. We expected this. Market access is low in Massachusetts, California, and Pennsylvania. Oil discovered in Mississippi. Let's double check on Mississippi. Yep, we're good. So we need to build railways in California, in Massachusetts, and where was the other one? Oh, that's all of it. Okay, cool. So Massachusetts. It's still employing this railway. California will definitely need it. Oil in Mississippi, yes. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue making mistakes in building all of these naval bases. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Spartan News, Unisol, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. Large numbers of Norwegian people have begun migrating to our state of California, apparently. Cool. Yep, that's great. You can pause. If you'd like to support the channel... Oh, I think I missed, and of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.